It's time for the podcast show. Hey, Tree here. How y'all doing today? Hey, let me get this off my face right here. First ever podcast for the new BOCKcast show. How y'all doing today? Oh, let me get that thing off. Hold on. Excuse me. Woo! It's a hot one out there today, isn't it? Yeah, it is. We're here live from my house out here in Hockley, Texas, a Tree South Farm. Yes, we are. Just wanted to mention today that today's episode is sponsored by D&D Feed Supply. They're my feed store out here in Hockley I go to. They're located at 16915 FM 2920 Road, Tomball, Texas. So I was over there yesterday talking to Stephanie, and she says, it's time to feed more protein, time to move up to their 20%. Keep those chickens cool and giving them frozen treats. That's a fact. It is hot outside there today. And I noticed a difference. I had a couple chicks that I had to nurse back to health that got overheated. And it's been a hot one. Yeah, let me see here. I've got a picture of my brooder here. There we go right there. That right there is the side of my brooder. That's one of the chicks, one of the pullets looking out the little window there. And I have 6 of those on both sides of my brooder so that they can have more ventilation because it is a hot one. And of course, I've added a fan as well so those chickens keep cooler. And something else I'm giving them more frozen treats like frozen watermelon, frozen blueberries, and more treats to keep them going, because that's going to hurt your egg production too. You want to keep those eggs going, because they're so tasty. Just pulled out these 3 just a while ago. Yeah. Love my eggs. Thank you, girls. Yes, I do. I noticed a decrease in eggs. So I changed my protein from 16% to 20% and in the feed. And then I've started feeding more frozen treats like watermelon and blueberries. They love them. Yes, they do. So something I've been noticing on social media lately is a lot of people talking about all these spots they're seeing on their chickens, on the crowns and stuff like that. And hey, I'm no chicken expert, that's a fact, but I'm finding out information that's helpful and hopefully useful for you. So what that is called fowl pox or chicken pox. And it's nothing really to worry about. They go through the cycle and they get rid of it and everything. But if you want to keep your chickens from getting it and keep them happier, is you got to control the mosquitoes in your yard. So when I moved out to my place, I discovered these hanging all over my fences. And I was like, what the heck are these things? And I found out what they are. And I bought a box of them. And I've got one on one side of the house and one on the other. And I have less mosquitoes now. That's a fact. Because when I did get mosquitoes out here. As soon as we got a big rain shower in the spring, it got bad. And I noticed my chickens had a few spots on them. Here's one of my hens right here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but if you look up on a crown there, you can see some white spots up there. And that's a fowl pox. And that's the thing, is keeping those under control. Keeping those mosquitoes under control. And these seem to be working for me. I mean, no one paid me to say this or anything, but they seem to be working for me. And they don't affect your chickens. They don't affect my black fly larvae. I've got those black soldier fly larvae, which is helping to control the flies. So that's not being affected by them. They seem to be working for me. So keep your grasses cut, and so forth. Now, there are some areas where I don't cut my grass that high or that low because it's for the chickens. Because like outside my main coop, I use the chicken tractors. The chicken tunnels that I built so the chickens can roam through there and get some exercise and eat green grass and everything and save me money. Because I had someone come to my house one while back and say, your chickens are fat. And I'm like, what? My chickens are fat? And they said, yeah, they're fat. They need more exercise. So even though they had that big old coop with a run on the front of it. This one right here, they weren't getting enough exercise. So they said, you need a free range or do something. So with all the hawks in the area, I created these chicken tunnels, and they love them. I move them about every 3 days. So they're always over green grass. I reseeded it with some Bermuda grass, and it comes up quick. As long as you water it every night, by the time you move the chicken tunnels back over that original area, you've got nice green grass for them. So it's, they're eating well. They're really eating well. And I'm always getting them on green grass, which is saving me money on feed because I'm not having to spend as much money on feed because they're on nice green grass. They're eating bugs, they're eating worms. And after every shower we have, you can watch them. They're digging up worms left and right, and they're munching down on them. Yes, they are. So, hey, save me money, save me money. I'm happy with that. But they love their chicken tunnels. Back to the heat. Just want to go over something. I added this onto my newest chicken coop. That's a 3-inch PVC pipe, and it's got a valve on it that I can turn off so I can actually go underneath the coop and repair it if I need to. And I've got a 1.5-inch pipe underneath the coop that has 8 nipples in it. The the Happy Chicken Coop nipple system, they peck on them, and I'm using those, and they do well with it. But I also have another water source inside, so they always have water. Now I notice a buddy of mine, a lot of y'all might know him on Facebook and social media. He's with the Lone Star Chicken Care bunch, Howard Davenport. I saw him posted up photos recently of it, but then last week, a person got up there and said, hey, I opened up my bag of feed and there's all mold in it. Is it safe for the chickens to eat? Oh, no, it's not safe for your chickens to eat. Moldy food is not good for your chickens. Do not give your chickens moldy feed. I mean, Howard was out a couple of days ago working on some chickens trying to save their lives because they're eating moldy food. Here's some moldy chicken feed right here. This isn't me. It's a photo I got off the internet, but that's moldy chicken feed, and that's what you don't want to give your chickens because that'll kill them. Yes, it will. I get my feed by the sack, 50-pound bags, but I don't leave it in the sack. I try not to. So what I've done is I've gone to Lowe's and I bought these metal trash cans with good tight lids on them. The company is BEHRENS. They sell them at Lowe's for about $30, but it's got a really tight lid on it. And I pour my feed in it. So when I'm pouring the feed in there, I can, inspect the feed going in there. So if I get to the bottom of the sack and I see mold, then I need to get rid of it. Not just what's moldy, but all of it. So that's why it's important is to look at your feed sacks. Because, if for some reason in the feed store, you got the bottom bag on that pallet or the bottom stack, and they've had some water come through and it's settled in that feed sack, you could be feeding moldy feed, and you don't want to do that. You need to take it back to them. Another thing is a lot of people like to feed their chicken scraps, table scraps, so your chickens and all that. If you come across your loaf of bread and it's looking like that, and you're thinking, oh, well, we can't eat that. Don't give that to your chickens because you're just giving moldy food once again, and they don't need it, So one more thing is I look at is a lot of our waterers, they have the white tops on them, maybe the red bottom. And after a while, it builds up that green algae in there. That's something else you need to clean out of there as well. Clean that algae out of there because your chickens don't need that, So, but yeah, I'm going to have a Howard coming on soon. I want to have Howard Davenport come on the show. He's so smart when it comes to chickens and so forth. But let's see here what else I got. Back to the Texas heat and the ventilation, and let's talk about some ventilation here. I see tons of photos of people's coops, online, and they're beautiful coops, but man, you just don't have enough ventilation in them from Texas. Here's the side of my coop. There's no wall. There's a front wall. There's a back wall. That's it. The rest is all open, but that's hardware mesh. It's PVC coated on there. So they have tons of ventilation because they need it in Texas. You got to have that this time of year. It's just too hot not to have it. And even my brooder has a fan on it. This is one of my pasture coops. That's my coop that keeps all my colored birds in it. It's they had laid the colored eggs, the Easter eggers, the olive eggers, the cream leg bars. I call that my colored coop because I also have a jailhouse rock coop for my barred rocks. It contains Elvis, my rooster, and all his hens that are all barred rocks, Plymouth rocks, partridge rocks, blue Plymouth rocks, sapphire gems, all of them. But the other coop's the same way as this. It's all open like that. But come wintertime, it's real easy to cover up. I could cut a piece of wood to cover that up real easily. But in Texas, you got to keep them cool. That's a fact. Because it's just too hot in Texas not to. You got to keep your water source up. Each of my coop has 2 water sources. This coop actually has a 8-gallon water source in it. So I don't have to fill it every day, but I do check it every day anyway to make sure it's full. In fact, I actually have to pull the water out of the coop because I move this coop every day. So they're always over green grass. This coop is going actually into my pasture, my front pasture next week, and along with my other coop, and they'll be free ranging out on the pasture with inside of a electric poultry fence. So that'll be interesting. So let's see here. What else we're going to talk about today? Well, in the future, I've got some people coming on. I've got some people coming on from Cackle Hatchery. It's a hatchery I met at the Lone Star Chicken event that Marissa Weaver put on a few months ago, and I met Howard there, and I met a lot of other people there that are chickeners. So, by the way, if you listen to my show, you're not a listener, you're a chickener. And speaking of chickeners, yeah, that's what I need to bring up here. I got a contest going on. If you go to Facebook and go to the BOCKcast page, look for this chicken. This is my chicken. I call her Brittany Griner. She's got big feet. She's tall and ugly. And I don't know if it's a hen or a rooster. But she's ugly. I've never seen such an ugly chicken before. I really have no idea what she is either. I thought maybe it could be a gold lace Polish because it's got that fuzzy head on top of its head. Head. Who knows? But hey, if your chicken is uglier than that, then you need to post up a picture on my page, and you could win a free coffee mug and a free sample of Bailey's Brew Drunk Chicken Coffee. If you notice at the bottom of the screen, it's coming across the bottom, Bailey'sBrewCoffee.com. Use discount code BOCKcast and save 10% off on your order. Well, if your chicken is uglier than this chicken, then go on the page, Facebook page, and post up a picture of chicken. Whoever has the most likes and votes could win this coffee mug. I'm sorry the greatest picture isn't up there, but it says the BOCKcast Coffee and Chickens, I'm a chickener. Okay, and that's on one side. And the other side is going to have a picture of old Bailey. And speaking of Bailey, where you at? Bailey, come here. Come on, get up. She's sleeping underneath the table right now. She's like, Dad, I'm going to get up. It's not, the floor's so nice and cool. Bailey, are you dead? Come on, get up. Come on. Come here. Get over here. You lazies. Come on, up. For those that don't know her, this is Bailey, my service dog. Hold on, come here. No, get up. Come on. She got tired of waiting. No, come here. Up. Come on, up. Yeah. So, if you have a dog and it doesn't get along with your chickens, well, this one does. She'll actually sleep with them. She'll get in the chicken run with them and hang out with them. They can crawl all over and everything. She's just awesome with her chickens. But I'll talk into that about another time and so forth. But that's coming up. Ugly chicken contest. Real quick, I got a neat little thing I found. The past 6 months, I've been moving stuff out of my mom's house. She passed away in December. And in her house, I found this. And I picked it up and went, I forgot about this. And this is what she used to fill all of her bird feeders with. And I brought it out here with me. And it's got a little pipe on the end of it. And it's got a little switch on it to open it up and close it and everything. But it's like a scoop. But it's a purpose scoop for chickens. I mean, if you're going to fill, like, say, you got to fill your chick feeder, one scoop will fill that up. or you can turn the valve open and close and just fill each one of those individually holes. But if you ever notice, you go to a feed store, all the grain scoops are made for like cattle and horses. They're huge scoops, you know. I was using a quart milk jug that I cut off, and I used the handle, and I was using that for a while. But this thing is awesome. I love it. Once again, they're not paying me. It's an item I use. I own 3 of these now. I have one in each of my trash cans, those metal trash cans where I keep my feed in, and it allows me to scoop into it and grab the seed out for the chickens. And it's great. Now, if you ask me why I have 3 cans, I have one can that has scratch in it. I have another can that consists of egg layer feed, and then I've got another can that has actually 2 bags in it. One is medicated chick feed, and the other one is non-medicated, because after they reach 3 weeks of age, I take them off the medicated and I put them on non-medicated. And those are all the chicks that are up until about 16 weeks. And at 16 weeks, then I'll start mixing in some egg layer feed for them so they can start getting used to egg layer feed. But like I say, my chickens eat very little egg layer feed. I mean, the bag I have now that they're eating on is 2.5 weeks old. And the bag before that was like 6 weeks old. I mean, I've used very little chicken feed. And I have a lot of chickens. I really do. My Rhode Island Reds, I have, I have 7 Rhode Island Reds. And I have hens, and I have 11 New Hampshires and 1 Rhode Island Red Rooster that are in the big coop. And they eat very little egg layer feed because they're out on the grasses all the time, eating grass, bugs, and worms. And they eat their share of it. So that's why it's good to get them out on the grass. But that little scoop is a handy little thing I have. I absolutely love that little scoop. Hey, while we're on the fact and talking about chickens, how many of y'all like eating chicken fried steak? I know I do. I eat too much of it. I found this little place up here in Decker Prairie. You know, I used to go to a place in Houston that was real good, known for chicken fried steak. And the last time I went there, it was really tough. I wasn't too happy, so I went again, and it was still kind of tough. So I was like very unhappy, so I moved out here to the Tomball area, and I went to a restaurant that was always known for it, and they went downhill. So then I went to Mel's Diner, and I love Mel's. I love their beef tips and rice. I love their burgers. I love their chicken fried steak, you know. But they had a fire a couple months ago, and they're shut down right now. They're rebuilding, luckily. They had a fundraiser for the employees, and Bailey's Brew Coffee donated a basket of coffee for their winners at the Sawyer Sports Bar and Ice House. They had a fundraiser for the employees, you know. And but I found this place on 249 at Hardin Store Road called Vaqueros Grill, and they're known for the chicken fried steak. Well, come to find out, the well-known restaurant in Tomball, I don't want to mention any names, but that we went to for years, that had the big square rolls, and they had great chicken fried chicken and chicken fried steak. You know, that's not as good as they used to be. Come to find out, he and his wife worked for them for 31 years. And they opened up their own place, and let me tell you what, this chicken fried steak is delicious. If you're a veteran, they give you a veteran discount too. I am a veteran, and I also do another podcast called Vets and Coffee about veterans, veteran-owned businesses, and so forth and so on. But that's why I have different backdrop back here as well. But their chicken fried steak is out of sight. It's called Vaqueros. Here's let me show you this right here. There's an address and everything. 32350 Texas 249, Pinehurst, Texas. Really good food. Vaquero Grill. Man, I was really shocked at how good their chicken fried steak is. But hey, let's get on with it real quick. Well, what else do I have to go over? We got that. Yeah. So, I guess that's about it. So we're going to, if you have a business and you want to sponsor the show, give me a holler. You know, I'd love to have you. You know, D&D's was wise enough to answer some questions for us, and you know, for today, and they'll be back on again. We'll probably do have some people on from their event. Also, by the way, Bailey's Brew Coffee, which is my coffee business, named after Bailey, my service dog. D&D sells the chicken series of coffee. They have blends of chicken series coffee. Let me see if I got any of those photos up here or not. I can't believe I don't. But dang, I can't believe I don't have pictures of Bailey's Brew Coffee. I got to bring one up real quick. Yeah, I do. So we did a chicken series coffee. That's chicken related, of course. And of course, I can't find it. There we go. And for all you chickeners, let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. This is her big seller. Drunk chicken bourbon pecan. Got a drunk chicken on the bag. That's a real popular flavor. They sell a lot of that one over there. Another one is the Cockadoodle Brew Breakfast Blend. If the rooster doesn't wake you up, the coffee will. Let me find that bag. That one's kind of funny. I should have a picture of it. But of course, when I need it, I don't have it. Wow, I can't believe I don't have that up here. So good. Here's a funny one. If any of y'all follow me on social media, you may have heard about this Barred Rock pullet that got out. And no, that's not it either. That's just a Barred Rock chicken. That's my coconut crusher chicken is saying, say what? But I had another one, that little Barred Rock pullet that got out was about a month old. And I tried for days to catch it. And it would not let me catch it. And I finally, Bailey walked up to me one day and plopped it in my lap. There she is right there. So I did a Bossy barred roast coffee, and I have her picture on it. And now she's almost fully grown. She'll be laying eggs in about 2 weeks, hopefully. But I named a coffee after her. It's a Bossy Barred Rock Roast. It's a medium dark roast coffee. Really good stuff. But that was kind of funny. But if you go to the website, baileysbrewcoffee.com, you'll see all those blends. And then D&D Feed sells it. Lindemann Feed and Meat Market and Industry Texas sells it under their name. I do private label for them. But who else has it? Brazos Star and Chapel Hill, a little antique boutique up there. They sell some of Bailey's Brew Coffee as well. Yep. So, all right, y'all. I got to get to work. I got to go fill some coffee orders. And once again, be sure to go to the page on Facebook and go to the BOCKcast show and put up a picture of your ugly chicken. You can win a free coffee mug and a sample of Bailey's Brew Coffee. And if you like our show, please click like and share it and follow us, and we'll try to have more competitions for free coffee samples and coffee. And y'all have a great one. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be out in Navasota tomorrow at the Navasota Public Library for a little farmer's market. We'll be there with Bailey's Brew Coffee. Bailey and I will be there. I'd bring eggs with me, but I'm out of eggs. Yeah, I've sold out of eggs. So keep your chickens cool, please, because it's hot out there. Give them those frozen treats. They love them. Frozen blueberries, frozen watermelon. It doesn't have to be frozen, but it's a lot better. They like it frozen. That's for sure. But keep those chickens cool. Yep. Keep them cool and watch out for that moldy feed because, it's that rainy season and with the heat combined, it'll build up mold fast. If your chicken feed gets wet overnight, because it was in the feeder, dump it on the ground. The chickens will eat it. Just don't leave it sitting around for a couple of days because the mold will build up fast. But yeah, last night my feeder had wet chicken feed in it. I dumped it on the ground. They ate it right up, but it got wet overnight. But I keep my feeders clean. I keep my waters clean. Don't let that algae build up because algae is a form of mold. I don't want you to hear about your chickens getting sick and dying because it can happen very easily. So I'm going to try and get Howard on here soon, Howard Davenport, real soon because he's got a wrath of knowledge. So, all right, y'all, have a great one. And if you do need help with your chickens, Go to Facebook, look up Lone Star Chicken Care. That's who Howard's with, and Marissa. Great bunch of people. They really know their stuff. I noticed that there's some people in Houston Backyard Chickens. They know they know their stuff as well. There's quite a few people in there too. And then there's the Lone Star Chicken Care group that you can join as well. You can get help on that from everyone. Like I said, I'm no chicken expert, but I'm learning. And I just want to pass on good information to you. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.